For the first time in UMRL history, we head to Monaco. Hi everyone, I am HUE Larry and sadly I'm alone today because Emma once again cannot be here. And I also apologize for not having the correct liveries. I tried to make the game work on PC with OBS. It worked on my PC, but if I start recording, then there's no chance and everything is just very laggy. But anyways, let's focus on probably the most impressive qualifying, at least in real life in Formula 1 and probably here in UMRL. It's going to be the same. We already saw the UMRL race yesterday. Let's hope that you have already checked out that video as well. But it was an extremely strange race. So we see GX Nico 08 in the Squadra Delta Corse. He was invited by myself very spontaneously because they don't have any drivers anyway. Then Legiale is back in UMRL. Laguno has set 27.65 already, which is an unbelievable time. Oh, and he's laggy, and that surely is not down to me now. And he set at 27.45 in one of today's practice sessions. So it's going to be incredibly hard for all the other people to stick with him. We have an almost full lobby. I don't know who's missing now. Oh, wait. Yeah, I don't know who's missing now. Probably there's 3 spectators. He goes into the pit lane. I don't know if he can match Laguna in this qualifying session. He seems to be incredibly on top of his game at this circuit. And apart from that, I don't... yes, we do have a new face. Nicholas racing, of course, for one time. They also are a bit desperate right now, but their lineup stability seems to get better again now. And he currently is leading the UMRL championship. And GX Nika sadly left the game now. And of course one advantage would be that I can see the times on my laptop, but the lobby is full anyway, so yeah, kind of sad. But anyways, I don't think that anything is going to change at the top. Let's watch with Laguna again, going around the track. Across the line for not the last time because Aircraft is first on track. So he's going to go up the hill there. Of course there's no elevation. But we can all imagine the legendary track that they are all driving here. 30 time we go again. Is he still pushing everything? I'm not sure. Doesn't look like it, but he's of course a bit laggy as well. Aircraft first across the line then. Took his first podium in his first UMRL race last time out with an incredible gamble against Kato. He would have taken the podium anyways though, staying on the intermediate tire. Let's see where he has ended up in qualifying at Monte Carlo. And now people in chat are talking about tire degradation, which I didn't even see. But that might also explain Piggy's pit stop. So we had tire wear in qualifying. I don't think that we are gonna restart this qualifying session because it was the same for everyone, as Kat just said. And here is the starting grid, sadly without lap times. Laguna of course in pole position, but Piggy made it onto the front row again. Pigeon takes third for I think the 3rd time in 4 races this season. Elcrack lines up P4 in his 2nd race. He already had a good qualifying in his 1st one. Mats and Krasnet once again P5 and P7. Great Aston Martin qualifying. Then Wilgren P6. He is currently finishing P5 or P8. He needs to get further up again. He still took his very best result in the 1st race last season. Then Guillermo in P8, he's once again in UMRL 2, and Kato is down in 10th position. Then 11th is Bituko. He's not having the greatest of qualifyings, I believe. Frimpong once again just inside the top 12 of the qualifying. Then Nicholas and Jay Paravan, who's absolutely random in this lobby as well, for one time 13th and 15th. And Brazidas racing for Williams now that he is the reserve driver for them in P16, and Glacial in P14. And we line up in the Principality, Laguna and PE, MP Motorsport and Williams. And the 5 red lights come on, and we are racing at Monaco. Piggy and Laguna both on soft tires, and Piggy immediately there trying to go around the outside at Santa Vot, and he gets up ahead before we go through Casino Square, and Laguna down to P2 trying to go round the outside of these 2 corners there, and Pigeon might just try and snatch the lead away from both of them, but he has to lift off getting out of the chicane, and P gets back to P1. The championship leader has taken away pole position, not pole position, but P1 from the pole sitter Laguna, who was so dominant in the previous session. Let's see if he can keep it up in the race, but the top 3 getting away from the rest of the field, and P kind of going into the wall and in the hairpin. Laguna up the inside with a difficult move, pulling off, and Pigeon once again goes through there. Piggy around the outside in the chicane, but he has to stay behind. Going through the swimming pool section, Bituko has DNF'd already, and Pigeon leads ahead of Laguna, wheel to wheel up the hill and around the outside goes Laguna, takes the inside line in the casino. Oh, and Pigeon sends Piggy wide with him. Alcrack behind them still is there. And now Malik, I think, is also getting through there. No, that is Piggy, and Guillermo, of course, is there. Malik is down P11, actually. And Alcrack trying to go up the inside of Piggy, 3 abreast there, into turn 1. And Pigeon kind of shooting ahead there with a lag. Guillermo sitting behind, and Piggy and Pigeon still fighting. And Laguna, the pole sitter now, has managed to get away from all that chaos. Let's see if it is going to be as strange as AMRL, if the carnage is going to be the same. But I am so excited for this race, and we are in the middle of it, and we can really feel it. Wilger is on hard tires, no one on mediums. Wilger and Matt P5 and 6, and wheel to wheel between Matt and Guillermo. Matt being sent into the wall and down the inside, and then around the outside goes Wilger with a great move on Pigeon to take P4 away from the British driver. Pigina also getting a bit further ahead from Alcrack, who's once again running in the podium spots. Laguna sets a 27 time. 27s are unbelievable on relatively old tires. So we have Piggy and Alcrack. Wilger and Guillermo are fighting for 4th. Wilger makes a mistake. Guillermo now makes a mistake as well in the quick chicane, and that's cost him a lot of positions. Matt going up to P6. Pigeon made a mistake again there and sends Matt into the wall once again in the first sector. And at the front it is getting closer again. It seems like Laguna's made a mistake, or Piggy is the quickest man on earth. And around the outside he goes at the chicane. Alcrack is also there. Through these twisty last corners we go. We of course have the cursed invisible wall at the last corner, which makes it very difficult to follow the other car from there. Laguna with some great defense. No chance to get around the outside of the hairpin there. And now it's the championship leader once again at the front. Alcrack is right there. Laguna pulling into the pit lane. Very sudden move. Alcrack still stays out. The undercuts coming in. The soft lasting 10 to 15 laps, so that it's a very early stop by the Spaniard. And we're up to P3 and on the hard tires, which are now going to get faster. They last 16 to 21 laps around this track. Matt also in 4th, and Frimpong DNFing. Frimpong already having made a stop. Oh, and lag for Guillermo. I think he almost missed his pit spot. And the second HRT of Kado. Kado did so as well. Kado is still back there in P11. Disastrous Monaco race for him on the first 10 plus a few laps in qualifying. And Alcrag at the front is taking the lead. P has pitted as well. And Laguna too. Laguna made the undercut, yeah. But Alcrag is now also in the pit lane, and he is in essentially 3rd position behind Nicholas. He also seems to have quite a good race so far. Of course, he does have to pit still, but he's one of the first zero stoppers right now. And Matt in the lead of the race. And Alcrag now down the straight goes ahead of Nicholas. Not a great fight there. Pigeon, fighting Malik aggressively there. Pigeon's now gone for hards. First ones at the back have gone for medium tires. Krasner is also racing for the second time in UMRL. Of course, was involved in that great battle for 4th last time out. And Wilger is really close to Alcrag now. Or the other way around, Wilger now going back. But he also seems to have some great pace on this hard tire still. It's now breaking down a bit. A few desperate moves there. Alcrag gets through to 4th anyways. Let's see how long Matt is going to stay out. Is he going to go into the pit lane now? No, not yet. But between P and Laguna, the gap is getting bigger and bigger. And there's a fight for 8th position. Krasnet ahead, Malik now at the inside the hairpin, but the next 2 corners are going to belong to Krasnet. He's in P9 still, and the world champion, just sitting behind him there. He's taken 10 podiums in the 12 races which he competed in, and has never finished below 4th. But this could be changed in today's race. In terms of strategy, Piggy and Alcrag are on the same page. Laguna is now going for a longer stint on hards. And Nicholas is now best of the rest, with him and Wilger still holding on to their hard tires. 16 laps, as I said, but they already don't look too good there. They had to fight a lot. And Pigeon, who was in 3rd, or even in the lead earlier on, now gets shoved out of the way by Krasnet. No, not by Krasnet, that is Matt. Krasnet behind them. But Matt now also having a solid race, and I think, yeah, he's now in P4. And Pigeon has even worse tires than that, so that is not too good for Pigeon at all, and he just made Krasnet be the victim of that invisible wall. Working now is pitted, and he's actually fallen down to 9th, which is quite heavy for them. For Nicholas and him. They're now very off sync. Let's see what they can make out of this race still. And Piggy now is pitted, and he still is ahead of Laguna. And not too far behind Alcrag, he's now leading the race. Once again, he was fighting with Guillermo at Canada. He is looking to extend his championship lead here. Currently 75 points, and Laguna and Keto are tied. And right now it looks like the advantage clearly goes to Laguna this race. And Guillermo and Pigeon are fighting for fifth position, of course. And Pigeon goes onto the slow tarmac in the chicane. And into the pits goes Elcrack, and he's just ahead of Matt. Of course, he's only stopped once, but this might also be important for his strategy to stay ahead of them, and he's not too far behind Laguna. Piggy now building his gap again on softs once more. 4 seconds already between him and polesitter Laguna, who also is holding the fastest lap right now, but he can't keep up that level over all the laps. Rigger is fighting with Pigeon. Rigger now going back through the field after going down to 9th. He also has gone for hearts again. He's going for the minimal stop strategy right now, but he gets forced into the wall. At the last chicane, they all go around from one side of the track to another, and up the inside goes Nicholas at Mirabel. That is very argy-bargy, and then he's forced wide by Pigeon in the hairpin. This is not the lobby with the least lag so far. Wigger somehow now goes through into P5. Pigeon down to 6th. Nicholas still staying behind. And Guillermo now also slowing at the last corner and being passed by Crossnet. And now he sweeps around the outside again. And that seems to hunt down Laguna. Less than a second between them now. As they go close to the walls there, and Laguna, I think, going into the wall too closely there on turn 5. And Matt now up the inside, out of Portier. Can he go around the outside of the chicane? Laguna kind of going into him there, trying to force him wide, but no chance on the straight. It looks very desperate by Laguna. It of course looks also a bit laggy, but Laguna no longer too competitive, and he goes into the pit lane. Old hard tires, which he's been on of course as well, but Matt's tires also don't look too good now. Laguna goes for hards again. He might make it until the end there, but it's exactly 16 laps. Or even 17. Yeah, 17. It's a difficult task. But softs and hards do seem to be far better than the mediums. And now pitting from 8th is Pigeon, taking P3. And a lot of turnaround here as well. Into the pits goes Piggy for the 3rd time, and he goes for softs again. So now once again Elcrack takes the lead. Also a driver from Italy. We have many Italians being involved in this project somehow. Momentarily, Laguna is down in 4th. Wilger, solid best of the rest now. Guillermo on the medium tires though. I think he's gone for a second set of mediums, and Wilger has been off the track in the hairpin. And almost Guillermo could go through. He's of course racing for HRG Storm again, and they seem to have 2 solid drivers now, with Guillermo even out racing Kato at this track and trying to pass Wilder, who I think has raced at every race that has existed so far in UMRL, now also trying to do the move that I think Elcrack Matt did to Laguna. My mind is absolutely broken by these wrong liveries. I can't do it. Luger still stays 5th. And now they're on the inside, admirable. That always has to be a bit aggressive, but it was well managed by the two of them. And they didn't even continue to fight in the hairpin. It was pretty easy for Guillermo now, with the tire difference too, as Ruger's second stint slowly comes to a close as well. He won't go for Matt's for a third time here. And Matt now passing Laguna. What has happened there? I think Laguna already was behind there, but somehow it looked like Matt just overtook him. And Guillermo is actually right behind them. There is no group at the front that is really pulling away, apart from Piggy now, who is relatively solid in P1, with Alcrack now taking medium tires. Matt is more consistent so far, I think, than last season. He of course took a second podium at Barcelona, so a second podium at this track. Overall, he already does have 4. And into the pit now goes Wilger. Ends up behind Nicholas. These two have been charging on hard tires for the majority of the race. Nicholas now has gone for mediums though. But they're still very close. And still ahead of Kato, who now might just try and go around the outside of that second chicane, but no chance. World champion sticking back, knowing that he might get a better chance then, but he doesn't have the easiest of times today. Guillermo alone in 5th. Alcrack now 10 seconds ahead of Matt. That is really crazy. I mean, as said, I raced him in like online lobbies and everything, but I didn't believe that he could gain so much momentum like instantly. The 101st surely are very blessed with this new talent. Gajale currently running down in 12th only. So Alessandro, who has also raced in every single race so far. No, I think he missed one this season. But of course that is not too great then. Still this pack is fighting for 7th. Further down, Malik is also not having a great afternoon here in Monaco. After fighting for 4th position in the last 2 races and finished 7th in the last race. Krasnell also now just on the points on Rojale. Brasidas only 13th for Williams. And Frimpon DNFing for LSA. So once again, it's not going to be the biggest points for the red team. That is not from Italy, but from Russia and Poland, of course, with Cuba owning it. And now there's a battle for 4th between Laguna and Guillermo. Also in his second race, Guillermo challenges Laguna. Which comes down to strategy and probably consistency over these 42, or right now 38 laps that they have completed. And now we go around the outside of Laguna, maybe once again around the outside at the chicane. And Laguna once again makes it very difficult, but Guillermo forces his way through. I think it's pretty hard to race Laguna right now, but I think it's also hurting his chances of winning the race. And Pigeon now DNFing once again. Oh no. Nicholas also doing really well. Still Wilger is ahead of Cato. Softer is medium. Still going to be interesting though for the last few laps. Let's see where Piggy is. He's now going around the last corner for the second to last time in race trim. And he now is in the last lap of the race. He has won two of the 3 races of course right now, but it's going to be 3, and he will now have more wins than Cato. Round the final corner he goes, and he wins UMRL's first trip to the Principality. What a race from him once again. He extends his lead. El Crack, for the second time in his 2 only races so far, takes second place. Matt across the line, he will be happy for Aston Martin. Takes his second season podium. Laguna is behind Guillermo in 5th position, with Guillermo taking a brilliant 4th. Didn't have the greatest strategy last time at Canada, but surely a new wave of drivers is here, with Cato making it up to P6 in the last few laps. So Wilger finishes behind him. Also Malik now up to 8th in the late stages of this race. Ojale also up to 9th still. Krasny 10th. Brasidas and Nicholas now actually being classified only in P12 here. And now the 4 DNFs are Pigeon, Frimpong, Paravan, we didn't really see anything from him, and also Bituku was out very early. And also fastest lap of course going to Laguna. We had a few 27s here with Cato, Piggy, Alcrack and the qualifying goat, but surely not the race goat, as we saw today. 24 seconds, almost a full lap behind Piggy over the course of these 42 laps. Might have been pretty painful for Laguna and Cato, who at the end only are 2 positions apart from each other. It could have been a huge chance for Laguna. And now we see the result actually confirmed, with Nicholas in 6th. Yes, there is a new wave of drivers coming in with the feeder series UMRL. So what can I take away from this, apart from the fact that I should get my OBS sorted out for next week? Yeah, Piggy is the new Cato. Cato can struggle as well, at least around Monaco. And Laguna still is struggling with consistency in some of the races. And Alcrack really is there at the front to stay. And after 4 rounds, it is Piggy on a straight 100 points. Laguna on 63 points now is clearly ahead of Cato. Then another 10 points back is Matt in 4th, with Alcrack also very much in reach of at least 2nd in the championship. Solid 36 points for Malik. Then Wilger in P7 with another P8 finish. And Bituko DNFing today in 8th. Then Guillermo just 1 point behind the very experienced driver. And Pigeon on 19 in 10th position. Krastenet behind him in 11th. And Alessandro Nicholas in his first race takes 10 points already, ahead of Nicol and Frimpong. Anandi, then Gio, Oski, Skibidi, Brasidas, and the rest hasn't scored a point. MP Motorsport have always been the team to score the most points this season so far. HRT is in 2nd now, ahead of Williams, then Aston Martin in 4th this time, very solid so far. The 101st in the top 5 as well. Leviosa Sports Art still only hold 7th. Thank you for bearing with me without the right liveries. Comment a pig's nose if you watched until here. Leave a like, subscribe, join the Discord, and help us commentating. Goodbye, everybody.